Good morning, all of you guys. This is a project that I like to start in the morning, really early in the morning or really late at night. We are going to be making yogurt, our own yogurt out of whole milk. You can do whatever fat milk you like, but I like whole milk. And I turned on my oven to the lowest that it will go for about 10 minutes. I want the oven to already be a nice warm environment when we put it in there. We need the yogurt to stay at about a constant 110 degrees throughout the whole day. And if you have an Instant Pot, you can do this pretty dang easily in an Instant Pot. But because I don't have an Instant Pot that will do that, I'm just going to do it in the oven. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in some mason jars, wrap it up in a towel, and because it's already a little bit hot, the light bulb that's in the oven will keep the oven about a constant 110 degrees throughout the whole day. So that's what is going to keep the oven nice and warm for those cultures to grow. So we'll put the milk in our big old pot. Okay, I just poured the milk in here. We are going to let this milk get to about 185 degrees, no higher than about 200 degrees. And then we're going to let that cool back down to about 120, no higher than 120, but I want, when I add the cool yogurt, I don't want it to make it go below 110. And so I'm going to aim for about 120 to 115 for the temperature of this milk, and then I will add the yogurt, heating it up to 200 or 185, around there. Supposedly the National Center for Home Food Preservation said that this heating step, making it to that, getting it that high, changes the protein structure in the milk, so that when we make the yogurt, it will set as a solid instead of separating too much. So anyways, just in case you're wondering that, I have done where I just heat it up to about 120, which is where we want it to be eventually. And I haven't really found too much of a difference, but maybe I got more whey out. So anyways, we'll just do what the Center for Home Preservation says, just to be on the safe side, and we'll heat it up to about 180 to 200, and then we'll let it cool back down a little bit. Okay, we're just gonna test the temperature of this. Okay, it's hit 186, so we're good to take it off because it's over 185. I just realized that this oven doesn't have an oven light in it, so I'm gonna have to go upstairs and do it anyways. I was going to put it in some mason jars and put it in the oven, but then I read this trick that someone else had done, and I thought I might as well give it a go. This cast iron right here is not big enough to have cooked it in there in case it was going to boil over or something. I didn't. Anyways, it's going to fill it almost right to the brim. And so I made it in this one. I heated it up in this one, and I'm going to transfer it to this one. Cast iron holds heat very well, so it's going to draw out the heat from the milk and cool it down a little bit faster. But then once the cast iron is heated up, it's going to help hold that heat in for over the 4 to 8 hours that we have it in a warm-ish oven. So I'm going to pour this in here. We can only add that, we can only add our yogurt, the live active cultures, once the temperature is about 115. So this needs to sit for a little bit. So this needs to sit for a little bit and cool down. And that's going to heat up this pan nice so that it will keep the milk a constant 100 to 110. So then we'll just wait for a little while till this cools down. Okay, this is right about 120 now. I have this Nancy's probiotic yogurt. I'm just going to give a big dollop. It's nothing specific. and then I can freeze the rest of this and use it later. Okay, this is all ready to sit now. I'm gonna put the lid on, try to conserve the heat so that it stays about 100-ish. And then I'm gonna put it in the oven. I have the oven light on because the oven light was... Okay, now it'll just stay there for the next 6 hours. I'm gonna take it out and see how it looks. Oh, that's heavy. Wow, that worked really well. So it's been in there in the cast iron. It is still 107 in there. That's perfect. I'm gonna do this every time now instead of mason jars. Okay, do you see that? Holy moly, that is thick. That's awesome. There is a slight, like maybe 1/4 of an inch worth of liquid on top, which is whey. And what we're gonna do, I'm going to make half. No, I'm just gonna make the whole thing. I'm gonna make the whole thing Greek yogurt. And you can still see those lines in there, which means it's thick. That's awesome. Okay, I picked this strainer in this bowl because they do not fit. There's going to be plenty enough room for the whey to go in. If you didn't have a, this is called a nut milk bag. And that's what they use to strain nut milk. But I'm going to use it to take the whey. I'm going to use it to take the whey out of this yogurt. You could just put it in like a sieve, or here, I'll show you. Like one of these that has a really small mesh to it. This has a bigger mesh, and then it also has a smaller mesh. You could put it through there and that would probably work just fine. But because I do have these nut milk bags, I'm going to use them. And I forget that I like to use them inside out so that the yogurt touches the nice side of the seam and not this side, because it just gets kind of gunked up if that's how you do it. It just makes it easier to clean. It is nice and thick. So we're going to put it in this bag. You could just mix it through and eat it just like this, but I do like to take some of that whey out. And then after it's done straining, we will flavor it. So you can flavor it with honey or with vanilla or whatever sounds good to you. Draw the strings nice and tight so that if it happens to fall over or something, it's not going to be bad. I might have to drain that bowl even before we go to bed. But I'm just going to leave this in there. Okay, but now that I make my own yogurt, oh, it is so decadent. My husband and I like to eat it for dessert as parfaits. And I am definitely going to have to drain this before I even go to bed. Because look at how much whey is in there already. So I'm just going to put this in the fridge, and then in the morning I will take it out and I will put it in mason jars, and then we're good to go. This is how come you don't end up with a gallon of yogurt at the end. Now you can save the whey and you can use it for whatever, putting it in pancakes or making bread with it. I know there's some people that really like to do that, but not me. I've got enough on my plate right now that I don't need to find a use for whey. Anyways, I'm going to stop playing with it. I'm going to drain the whey out because it's going to accumulate more in just a little bit. And look how much we got already from just, it's probably 2 to 3 cups worth just from that little amount of straining. And I'm going to let them sit overnight and we'll check to see how thick it is in the morning. Okay, I was gonna go to bed and but I walked past this and I saw how much these had drained. Look, that's probably, I don't know, I should probably, that's a good 4 to 5 cups worth of whey. So these bags are significantly smaller than what they were before. So I'm just going to put them in the fridge. I'm going to add a little bit of honey and put them in quart mason jars, and then we'll put them in the fridge, and then they'll be nice and ready for us in the morning. I'm adding some vanilla, and then some of our honey that we just got. Learn from my mistakes. I had not tried that. I had not tasted that Nancy's yogurt, and it is quite tart. So I went back and I checked my Walmart orders to see what I had gotten last time when I had made yogurt, and I had just gotten this plain Greek yogurt from Walmart, and it does have live active cultures, not as many, but there might have been an active culture in that Nancy's yogurt that just like, I gave a bite to my husband and he was like, whoa! And anyways, it was quite tart. We're going to have to find a different way to use that. So I'm just going to put a big dollop of this in. I made a whole new pot of it and it is ready. It's at 120, and I'm going to put a big dollop of this Great Value Greek yogurt in there and just do the same thing. Okay, it's the next morning. It's Saturday morning. I got to get the house cleaned, but our yogurt was nice and chilled, and so I thought that I would make myself a little parfait. Oh, I'm so excited. I got this granola from Sam's Club. It was like on clearance from after fall or something. Wholesome apple pie. I'm so excited. Anyways, I just put our yogurt. I didn't sweeten it too much because I do like to put some homemade freezer jam with it, and that sweetens it up nicely. And then I also have this granola, but which I don't typically buy granola, but because it was such a great price, I just decided why not, because it sounded delicious. Anyways, I hope that you guys are having a good Saturday and that you are able to get a lot done today. Because I'm hoping that this will get me through, because I got a lot to do today. Thanks for coming, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.